Hello there, my name is Michael Maynard and welcome back to Gorilla Picking. Now, the lock that you see in front of you here is a very interesting lock. It is made by a company called Vachette. Now, Vachette is a French brand, and if I just zoom in a little actually, you will see the brand Vachette across the top here. You'll also see the magic words Assa Abloy underneath there. So Vachette is another one of these local lock manufacturers that have been gobbled up by Assa over the years. And Vachette is very much like Lockwood in that they make locks pretty much only for their own domestic market. So Assa Abloy own Lockwood, as you know. You'll never see a Lockwood outside Australia and New Zealand. Vachette is a French brand and you will virtually never see it outside France either. But it does make some very good locks indeed. And this is a standard 5-pin Euro profile medium security lock. Now this is a domestic lock and it is pretty much the exact equivalent of the Lockwood 201. So the bog standard Lockwood that we know and love, no security pins, no security features of any kind really, just made for domestic consumption. That's what this lock pretty much is. You'll see that it has no anti-bump protection, it has no anti-snap protection there either, so this is about as basic as you get. Now, you'd think that this would make it easy to pick, but trust me when I tell you, the V5, this is called the V5, is a very difficult lock to pick indeed, and I do not yet know why that is. Now, I have been told that it has got tapered pins, so bevel pins, as the drivers, in the same way that the lock would do, and that would kind of make sense because definitely pins graunch in here before they set, and definitely you need to set pins over and over again. So that makes me wonder if I might have been given the right information. But look, I have picked this once before. I haven't looked inside it yet, so I really do not know. So it is a little cow of a lock. That's what Vachette means, by the way. Vachette, la vache in French means the cow, and anything with et on the end of it means little. So Vachette is little cow. And trust me, it is a little cow to pick. So what we're going to do, we're going to mount this up, we're going to get the damn thing picked, and then we're going to have a look inside it and find out just why it was so tricky. So, back in a second guys, we'll get it clamped up and we will do the business.
3:28 a.m.
Okay folks, well I've been working fairly fruitlessly on this for about half an hour, and the issue is the bitting, so I am not able to set pin 4 behind pin 3, so the pin just needs setting over and over again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go anti-clockwise and we are going to see if that makes life any easier. We're using a Peterson number 7 and 15 thousandths and light tension. Okay, big click out of 2, not much else. Back to the back of the lock. Big click out of 5. Another big click out of 2. Click and a little bit of movement on the core on 5. Right, pretty much everything's bound up. What we're now trying to do is just nudge these pins off of their shoulders and up to their proper shear lines, and once we've done that, this lock's open. But it is considerably easier said than done. Alright, now I am actually pretty happy with 4. I think that is as picked as it needs to be. So the issue is one of the other ones. Got to click out a 5 there. I think we've just got 1 pin to go here. There we go, we're open. Right, that was a very, very difficult pick. The feedback that I was getting off of those things was contradictory and frankly just a giant pain in the backside right the way through. So what we're going to do now is strip this lock down and figure out exactly why it was like that. Now we can lock it up again because we have got the key obviously, and it'll be easier to strip this way. Righto folks, well here's what that lock looks like inside, and it is absolutely fascinating. Whoever it was that told me that these things had tapered driver pins was absolutely wrong. You can see that those are absolutely cylindrical. There is nothing fancy about those at all. I stuck the vernier on them just before. They are dead straight. So what this lock depends on is these serrations here on the key pins, and I think that's fascinating. So they are simply relying on the interaction, once this thing will focus on me, they are simply relying on the interaction of those serrations with this edge of the core. They're getting trapped in serrations obviously and making it very easy to overset. That bit I do understand. But they have done it in their own very sneaky, very cunning sort of a way. So there you go folks, an incredibly interesting lock, not what I was expecting at all, but nonetheless an excellent lock to pick, and a lock that has taught me a little bit about French engineering and the way that Vachette do things. So, Vachette V5, 5 pins, bog standard lock, no mitigation for things like bumping and raking and whatever else. But a difficult lock to pick, it has to be said. Thanks for watching folks. My name's Michael Maynard and this is Gorilla Picking.